Born ready. Let's go.
Boom. Boom.
Turn it, sit up some.
Yep. Good morning, Roll Gang, and welcome on into the Weekday Bake and Wake Special. I'm your host, Processor Sky, here with an uber special. I am so humbled to have the legendary Chef Stacy Dugan on the show this morning.
So
Good morning.
Sam. Good morning.
It's so great to see you, as always.
To see you. How are you?
So great. So great. So excited to wake and bake with you. How are you today?
I'm great. I'm fantastic. I feel good. I slept enough last night, so.
Hey, that's kind of rare nowadays.
Yeah, it is. It's a good thing.
Honestly, I'm so pumped to wake and bake with this legendary chef, one of the most respected chefs in the Las Vegas cannabis industry and city as a whole. I can't even express it enough. I was kind of nervous to ask you at first, and then Tina Ullman, huge shout out Tina.
So, what's up, Tina? Madam President is what I call her, president of the Chamber of Cannabis, and also a Detroit native like myself.
Hell yeah!
So, yes,
D-Town. Oh, you guys straight hustlers. Gotta love the humble roots of you two. She was just like, yo, have Chef Stacy on the show, and I was like, oh shit, I have to face my fears right now. But yo, you were so hyped to come on, and I was like, wait a minute, like
I always love talking about cannabis and food, and you're super cool, Sam. Like, I love your personality. I knew we were gonna have a good time. So
hey, thank you.
Yeah,
it is gonna be a great time. I'm so excited. I'm gonna break down some herb. Before we get on in deep dive into the legendary chef I have with me of Simply Pure, the most predominant vegan cafe, honestly, yeah, she's booked out because of the hype, reasonably. And I can't wait to dive on into that. But quick shout out to the sponsors of the show, because they make it happen for the Roll Gang and make this show possible. Oaksterdam University, the first ever cannabis college, is where you go to learn about cannabis industry, horticulture, cannabis, you name it. There are Oaksterdam classes for you. Use 10% off promo code Rolling Spoon for your 10% tuition for Oaksterdam University. And also, name sponsor, the Rolling Spoon itself. I'm going to use it to roll a dime for Chef Stacy and I. And absolutely honored for one of the sponsors of the show this morning, Simply Pure. The absolute best in vegan chefs. And I am so excited to hear about how, this passion was born, because man, it is explosive. You have such amazing and pure energy.
Thank you.
It's got to be an amazing story behind it. So
there is a story. There's a story behind everything. So I'll get into it while we roll up.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I'm excited.
Please.
This is the biggest, what do you call this?
Grinder?
Grinder. This is the biggest grinder I've ever seen. So
hell
I'm super impressed right now and super excited to partake. I haven't partook this morning. But yeah, let's get into it. So I am not a trained chef. My background is actually in music and entertainment. So after college, I went to college in Atlanta. Shout out to Spelman College. After I graduated, I went into the music industry. So I was doing artist development for a Universal Music Group. And at that time, I was becoming vegan. I was changing over my diet because I was finding out about the health benefits of being vegan. I also had eczema. Some people may be familiar with that. That's like the skin disorder where your skin breaks out and bleeds, and it's just kind of terrible. And I've had eczema since I was 3 years old. So I found out that I could cure my eczema through changing my diet. So I started changing my diet, and at that time, I had some friends who were opening a vegan raw restaurant. Now, raw is really different because raw, you don't cook anything over 115 degrees.
Oh,
but it
man.
really is healing for the body, and it's also vegan, so nothing comes from an animal, and you're not cooking the food. So you're getting all the nutrients from the food. So we opened a vegan raw restaurant, And I did it with my money, with my credit, and because I've always been an entrepreneur first. That's
Love it.
always it wasn't like I was a vegan chef first. I've definitely always been like, okay, where the money at? Where the money at? Where can we make money?
Love
we opened up the second vegan raw restaurant in Atlanta. It was very successful. I had it for about 2 years. And then after that, I had it for 2 years, and then it was successful. And then, but my business partners and I split ways. And I just started cooking more because I found out that I was good at it and I enjoyed it. And
you are an artist.
I'm definitely an artist.
You're detailed as hell.
Thank you.
I noticed. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, so that's how, and it just one thing led to another, and that was 23 years ago.
Wow.
So you're 24, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were 1 year old when I started.
Dang.
You were a baby. You were still
Dang. Let's go.
So I'm telling a little bit my age. I'll tell my age because I love telling my age, but I'm 46 years young. And
that cracks my mind like an egg.
I know. When I told you the other day when we were at the chamber meeting, you were like, "What?"
You literally look like you're in your 20s.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. So I just started cooking. I cooked in. I moved to Chicago. I was a cold and hydrotherapist. I just really got into this health and wellness thing really strong. I was a personal chef for an ambassador. I moved to Ghana, West Africa. I was cooking there. I started a business there. It was a health food store called Sugarcane. It was dope. Yeah, that's a dope name.
That sounds so fun.
Yeah, it was dope. And then I came back here and came back to Vegas and I started teaching cooking classes at Whole Foods for like 2 years straight. I was hustling. I was doing free cooking classes like 2 or 3 times a month to build up a following. And then I started working with Tony Shea. Shout out to rest in peace, Tony Shea, with the Downtown Project. And then had the opportunity to open up Simply Pure in the Container Park. They actually asked me to open it. So it was like just one thing after another. And then Simply Pure was born. And we were the second vegan restaurant to open in Las Vegas. And we just closed last year. It was a good close. People are like, "Oh, did you close because you..." Like, no, it was time. It was 7.5 years being in a 300 square foot space.
Literally.
It was tiny. So... and I didn't feel like I could scale and grow, so I wanted to, go on and do other things. And so now I'm rebranding myself as a cannabis chef. In 2020, I started cooking with cannabis and figuring out some things. And so now here we are. Yeah, I got the vegan thing, but now we're into the cannabis space and really doing some big things in the cannabis space. So there we are.
What a match made in heaven. This absolute artist found her craft and is now mixing it with this amazing budding industry. I mean, I can't wait to get on into that. But can you tell me so Simply Pure is the predominant vegan catering service here in the city of Las Vegas. Mm-hmm. I mean, you provide clean, delicious vegan foods for your people. Can you just, quick sum up, what is Simply Pure to you? And then we'll do, what is Simply Pure for the people,
Absolutely. Well, Simply Pure to me that's my baby. You ever start a business? It's like, that's your baby. You birthed it. It went from my mind to paper to becoming an actual business to actually becoming a movement. So for me, Simply Pure is where people can come to not only eat healthy plant-based food, but find out why plant-based food is good for you, how it heals the body, what are the benefits. It's also a place to feel good. I just want people to feel good when they eat my food. One lady said, when I eat your food, it feels like I'm getting a big old hug.
Yeah.
That's what, it is to me. It's like I really just want people to feel good, to feel their best, to eat well, because when you eat well, you feel good. So that's what it is to me. It's really about the community and about the people, and I've always been about that. Simply Pure has always been about that. So I can cook vegan food all day. You have a lot of people who cook vegan food, but the intention behind it is what you really need in order to be successful. So
agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Right.
And so basically, your whole intention kind of is what you do for the people. It's not only the fact that you cook such delicious food, but the confidence that your consumers have in the fact that it's super clean and there was so much love and care behind it. it gives you that second level whenever you're eating something of not only deliciousness, but confidence,
Yeah.
and just great branding, Simply Pure, I absolutely love the business model. I love that it's your baby because, I relate. I have mine. And, just the entrepreneurial spirit kind of has to be you. You kind of have to be your business in a sense.
You have to, especially nowadays, because people are looking for a personality. They don't want a business. They don't want a building. They don't want to. Now people want to relate to who is the personality behind the brand, behind the business. That's how you build a brand. That's how you. So I agree. Yes, it's really a baby and a labor of love. Because with entrepreneurship then comes employees, and then you're dealing with government taxes and paperwork and all kinds. There's all kinds of things that go into building a business, but we can get into that. That would be another class. You can teach an entrepreneurship class.
Yeah, the entrepreneurship show.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, we honestly should.
There are a lot of people that want to be entrepreneurs, right? And there's a lot of people that come to me like, hey, I want to open this food business. And I'm like, okay, but before you do that, before you turn that hobby into a business, just know that these are all the things that you're going to have to do.
There's a ton of stuff, checks and balances that need to be handled before you can just start operating, and so many regulations and stuff. But honestly, it's like chopping wood, like the hustle never stops.
Right.
It's just part of the game. You have to hustle before you even get to start.
Yeah.
But then you never get to stop hustling. And honestly, it's kind of like being adaptable and being able to manipulate your mindset for your environment, which is something that you are incredible at.
Thank you.
Your ability to adapt and pivot, and you recognize, all right, so here's this plant that has been illegal for decades, but in the upcoming years, it's going to have a full swing from illegal, unhealthy, to legal and actually super beneficial to your health. Absolutely. And you were like, all right, let's check what this industry is about. How did you get into cannabis?
I'm glad you asked that question because I really look at cannabis as medicine. So about 7 years ago. See, my son's about to be 8. So after my son was born, maybe about a year after he was born, I had my business because my business and my son are the same age. Just so you know, I got pregnant the first year I was in business. Don't ever do that. But that was a challenging time. So I had to find something and I'm a single mom. So I had to find something to help me to deal with just the pressures of everyday life. And I started meditating at that time as well. But a friend of mine who actually went to prison twice, when he got out, you know how hard it is for people to get jobs.
Assimilate.
So he started growing cannabis about 10 years ago.
Oh,
and
my goodness.
I was talking to him, and he was like, yo, Stage, just try this. And I tried it, and I had cannabis before, but it was never in a way to help me, with what I really needed assistance with. There was never any intention behind it. 100%. And so I started consuming, and he grew with so much love and care, and that's why I'm really particular about what strains and people I smoke from.
Yeah,
a lot of
times, me too.
Because it does make a difference, the intention that you put into growing cannabis, just like with cooking.
With cooking, I was just about to say, it's the confidence in the consumption.
Exactly. So when I started consuming with intention, then things started to change. That's when I was like, oh, this plant really helps. And then I started researching just the health benefits of it. And then knowing that it was, of course, illegal, which I couldn't understand. But I was like, you know what? This is helping me. I know this is going to help other people. Same with the vegan space. It's helping me heal. I know it'll help other people. And so I was just kind of consuming for myself and always being, like, I started showing up at different events that were pertaining to cannabis. This was 6-7 years ago. And then I started doing cannabis infused dining experiences in 2017. I created a company called 420, me and a couple of other people. It's called 420, and it was 4 courses, 20 guests, and it was cannabis infused dining experience. In
4
2000,
courses, 20 guests, cannabis. Oh, that is so good.
Yeah.
That is so good.
Yeah. So I did that for.
Your entrepreneurial
I
mind.
meant to ask you if you could take some pictures and stuff. Here, my cousin Lou's behind the
Huge
scenes.
shout out, Lou.
What's up?
Hey.
Hey, you can use mine too.
Yep.
I don't have no password. Okay. And so I was like, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so I created these dining experiences and it was super dope. Like, but I just couldn't keep it up because I still had the restaurant and I was just doing too much, you know?
Yeah.
So I took some time off from that and then 2020, COVID hits and I'm like, okay, the restaurant we didn't close, but we did slow down and I had extra time. You know, even though I was working, I still was like, oh, and I knew I had to create another hustle because 2020 is when I decided I was going to close the restaurant. We didn't close until 2021, but I knew in 2020 I was
like that was when you were thinking.
So I started working on the cannabis, you know, just creating stuff with edibles. And plus, I had to hook up with a friend. He's a grower in Northern California. He was my customer. He would come down and just bring me trim. I could just experiment with at no cost.
Love it.
Like what?
That's what you need. That's what you need.
I just needed right because if I had to buy that cannabis to experiment with, it would have been a lot harder. But I was able to mess up. You know how many pots? Because at first I was doing it the old school way. You know, like on the stove with the thermometer. You got to stay up 8 hours. I'm falling asleep. One time I fell asleep and the cannabis burned on the stove. Like, because
whole neighborhood smelling like skunk got trimmed.
But can you imagine if I paid like $100 for the trim or whatever? But
fact.
Like I'm so grateful.
They enabled you to learn.
It just enabled me to learn, and you know I was able to just like figure it out, and I was able to create some pretty dope products pretty quickly. So now I have cannabis infused dehydrated kale chips because again.
Yeah, those are so dank.
Oh yeah,
they're so dank. Oh, they're so good. They're so fucking good.
Thank you.
I couldn't believe it.
And you can't taste the cannabis, right?
No, it's amazing.
Yeah. So, and then I came up with a line of cooking oils. So I infused avocado oil, extra virgin olive oil, high quality coconut oil, so people can cook with. I was picked up by a company. I don't want to say the name because I don't know. We're still working on it, but we are scheduled at some point to have my cooking oils inside of dispensaries because I signed a
huge
contract with them.
Huge.
So it's just a lot of things happening. That was a while ago though, so I'm just kind of like repositioning myself now. But anyway, I say all to say that's how I got into the industry. It was little by little, like one thing led to another. So now I'm in a space where I'm rebranding myself as a cannabis chef and like really being more vocal because a lot of those things I was doing, but I wasn't really doing in the limelight. You know, it's just like a lot of that trial and error. I didn't really record a lot of that stuff. I should have.
Well, it's honestly that's the entrepreneurial life. We're kind of climbing this ladder. The top of it is in the clouds. Exactly. We don't really, we're not really worried about the top of it. We're just on this climb. Mm-hmm. And I mean, there's no stopping us. And I'm just so excited to be a part of this amazing industry with you and see, like, I was wondering where is like your next rung, if you will, in that ladder? Like, what are you reaching for in the coming, 6 months to couple years?
Good. I'm glad you asked that. So now the goal is to create more cannabis infused dining experiences. I've had experience with that. Like I'm actually booked for a big event at the end of October where I infuse food. And I did an event last year right around this time, and it was really dope. Like I had different sections that you could go to. So I made it was a Harlem Renaissance theme. And you would go to one station, for example, and I had a server there, and they would serve you gumbo, and then they would, like the vegan gumbo, and then they would infuse it with either the coconut oil. You had your choice.
Specific doses.
And I controlled it because I had somebody at every station. So I'm very good now at like...
that's perfect.
At these kinds of things,
That's a great setup.
Thank you, yeah. I've been doing that for a while, so now I'm really like, it's like turnkey to me. So now I'm in the process, like I told you, I was booked out for the month of October. A couple of those are Cannabis Infused experiences. So that's the next step for me. It's like, we're in the entertainment capital of the world in Las Vegas.
Fucking right.
Like, we gotta create
We're looking for a good time. Yeah.
And then consumption lounges are now coming. The applications just opened
Bada
October
bing,
14th.
baby.
The applications will be open. They're only open until I think the 27th. I'm not sure. Check the CCB website, but just let you know if you plan on applying for a license, now is the time or to get it together. They're giving you like a month to get your application ready.
Yeah.
So at any rate, but a lot of these consumption lounges are going to need. I'm good because I want to be able to. This was good stuff. I don't need a lot. Like, I feel so good right now.
Yeah. No, I keep a low tolerance too, for sure.
And I'll consume sometimes throughout the day, you know. So it's like moderation for me.
That's key.
Yeah. But at any rate, so these consumption lounges, you know, somebody's going to have to create experiences.
Yeah.
And that's how you're going to win a consumption lounge space, is who's going to have the best experience. Everybody has access to cannabis. Who's going to have the best food, and who's going to have the best entertainment and experience is where the cannabis lounge game is going to be won. And so I want to be a part of the winning team.
Yeah, no doubt.
You know, I have a couple of lounges.
No doubt in my mind that you're a part of that team. It's not just your talent or your attention to detail. It's your personality and your growth mindset, your ability to pivot and maneuver. It's been such a pleasure getting to wake and bake with you, and I absolutely huge fan. I love you and everything you stand for, and just appreciate you rolling through so much.
I had to, Sam. Like, you're super dope, man. Like, people, like, you make me laugh. And we sat together at that last cannabis meeting. Like, some of the stuff you were saying, I was like, this kid is, like, phenomenal. Yeah. And then your name's Sam Sky. Like, you're goofball.
Hey, spoon guy, whatever.
Some you're authentic. Call me spoon. That's why I like you.
Hey, I appreciate you. You are too. Thank and that's at the end of the day, I honestly think that's why we vibe so hard. Yeah. And I just appreciate you so much. But before we let you escape this Bacon Wake special with the legendary chef Stacey Dugan, I have this quick rip segment.
Okay.
It's 5 rapid fire questions.
I love it.
But before we get on into the quick rips, Roll Gang, go on Instagram at Chef Stacey, Stacey Dugan, Dougan, at Chef Stacey Dugan. Give her a follow. She's got unbelievable lifestyle. Like, this video is so powerful of her meditational routine, and there's so much to be gleaned off of her Instagram, and also at Simply Pure LV.
Yes.
Is the amazing business, the amazing baby of Chef Stacey Dugan. I mean, if you guys looking into some vegan options and catering, I mean, you're going to need to book her out in advance a little bit. She's in a lot of demand.
Well, can I say this? Because I want to tell people, like, where we're going to be. So we're going to be a lot more accessible, the food now, because a lot of people ask me about meal prep and things. And I'm like, you know what? There's a lot of great festivals coming up. So we're going to be at, like, all of these festivals. So let me tell you all where we're going to be. On Saturday, September 24th, we're going to be at Vegan Vibes. There's a whole Vegan Vibes Festival, super dope festival. There's a vegan festival happening, and it's a new one, and it's going to be a lot of entertainment. Shout out to my friend Ron Barnes. It's gonna be super dope, a vegan food festival, and this will be one of the first festivals we've done in a while. So we'll be there. So you can come get the food there. So come on out. You know, there'll be other vegan vendors too.
It'll be so fun. You can get stuffed off some clean vegan food.
And then wait, so we got more. October 1st and 2nd. There's another vegan food festival in Henderson called the Green Adventures Festival. And that one's going to be dope too. So I'm going to be posting all of these. We'll be out there. That's October 1st and 2nd. And then on the 15th, there's Vegan Veg Fest. we're going to also be posted up there. So you'll be able to get the food. You know, we'll have to-go containers. We're going to rock it out. And we're going to have stuff like the jackfruit crab cakes and the mac and cheese. And we'll definitely bring out the nachos with the cashew nacho cheese. Like, we have people like, where's the food? So I'm really excited.
I am
to be
too.
able to just like interact with people again and really just be out there giving people so much loving food, you know. I'm excited.
That part.
So you can
those
see
are bars. I can't believe it. You're stacking it up. Those events sound so hype.
Thank you. And then I'm
gonna come through.
We got one more. We got Vegan Wonderland. Shout out to Chef William Henry, and that is on October 29th. Ooh, please forgive me. I think it's the 29th. It's that Saturday, the last Saturday in October. And anyway, just follow us, and we're gonna be posting of where we are. We're gonna just be. I'm just like, it's so many things happening, and I'm excited to be able to just be as much of a light as I can right now through food, you know.
You absolutely are through food, through cannabis, through daily interactions, just constantly spreading love. Yeah. Major shout out, and I can't even say it enough. Follow at Simply Pure LV is the brand. At Chef Stacy Dugan is the mastermind behind it. But let's get you on into these quick rips.
Okay.
How about it? You ready?
Let's do it.
All right.
We can look at the camera while I'm doing it. Absolutely. That's it. The Roll Gang gets to know 5 of your favorites. Okay.
All right. Rapid fire, quick rips with the legendary Stacy Dugan.
I love these.
All right, let's go. Question 1: your favorite recipe?
Lasagna.
Oh,
Mamma Mia lasagna. I can make it with my eyes closed, and it comes out the same every time.
Wow.
Because I'm a master at that one. I know.
I
say that in humility, but I'm saying that was our number one. That was our number one item on the menu at the restaurant. Let's go.
I'm trying that soon, no doubt. The lasagna. All right, 2: favorite cannabis consumption method?
Combustion, smoking.
Smoking.
Yeah.
Joints or blunts? Either.
Raw cones. I like
cones.
I like cones. I like the raw papers. I don't like blunts because
the tobacco.
I just want the pure essence of the plant.
That's right. Me too. All right. So your number 3, your favorite secret ingredient. You don't have to say what you put it in, but what's something that like low key goes into a lot of stuff that most people wouldn't know?
Nutritional yeast.
Nutritional yeast.
Yes.
Hey, okay.
That is a vegan product that you use to make cheese.
Oh, it's probably so good.
It is, and it goes a long way in a lot of things. Like it goes in a lot of things.
Wow.
And it enhances the flavor. So that's one. There's a few, but if I only had to say one, that would be one.
That's a good one. All right, number 4, your favorite TV series?
Weeds.
Let's go. A legendary one. All right. Question 5. This one's my personal favorite. If you could have a one-on-one smoke sesh, smoking on a joint with anyone in human history, alive or dead, who would it be?
Whoa, so many. Donny Hathaway.
Donny Hathaway. Who's that?
Donny Hathaway. He was like music. So he was. You have to look him up.
I'm good.
He was only on this earth a short time, but he was a musician from the maybe 70s, I believe it was. I can't remember exactly the time period, but his voice is just like water. You know,
so
it's
smooth.
Like, it's beautiful.
Flowy.
And he has a song called Young, Gifted, and Black. He has a song that I love called We're Still Friends. He was a brother, and he died tragically, I believe, but his music is incredible, and I'm like, he had to consume.
Yeah. So you would sesh up with him. You'd learn a lot.
I would, if yeah,
You'd
absolutely.
have him sing to you. Yeah.
I would want to know more about his life. You know, I'm really am a music person really passionate about it, and so I'm a lot of times like I want to know about the artist, the story.
I love it.
You know, so
I love it.
Of course, I would want him to sing, but you know.
What's his name one more time?
Donny Hathaway, Donny Hathaway, Hathawa. Okay, y'all.
I'm gonna Google. Yeah, I'm gonna listen to some of his stuff. I've been sleeping. I'm gonna add some.
Yeah, this old school though. You know, it's way before your time. So
I think I'm gonna put him on the story for our.
I think that would be dope. Yeah, we'll find a dope song. He has a lot of great songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll find a good one.
Okay.
Yo,
yeah.
Chef Stacey Dugan, ladies and gentlemen, an absolute legend. Thank you so much for rolling through the Wake and Bacon.
Of course, this is fun.
So much fun. You absolutely, I mean, honestly, an incredible person, an incredible source of energy and positivity. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you for rolling through. And the Roll Gang tuning in on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. You guys are all the shit. Really appreciate you guys tuning in. Give Stacey the follow on Instagram at Chef Stacey Dugan and at Simply Pure LV. Yo, thank you one more time. Can't say it enough. So much fun.
Yes, absolutely.
Appreciate you. Great one. Roll Gang, have a great day.
Yeah.
Have a great